My sister planted a stolen necklace in my purse, then phoned authorities. She stood there, sobbing, accusing me loudly, and my parents trusted her without question. When the officer opened my bag, I felt everything inside me finally collapsing. But what they removed next completely changed everything. Before I explain what happened, please subscribe to the channel and comment below telling where you're watching from. My name is Alina. I'm 22 years old and I've always been the quiet, responsible one at home. I'm currently in college, working part-time at a cafe to help cover tuition costs. And I've always tried to stay invisible and do right. But inside my house, it never felt like enough. My younger sister, Sierra, is 2 years younger than me, and she has always held center stage. She's confident, dramatic, and knows how to twist situations expertly. Growing up, she received praise while I was expected to endure. If Sierra caused trouble, my parents shielded her immediately. If I slipped once, they scolded me harshly. My mom, Rebecca, often said things like, "Seer has a spark. Alina, you should learn from her." My dad, Paul, mostly stayed silent, but that silence felt like approval. I loved them deeply, but I couldn't ignore the difference in treatment. Even so, I tried keeping peace at home. I believed patience would reveal my true self eventually. Someone honest, hardworking, and dependable. But Sierra understood exactly how to perform the golden child role. And she used that power to make me feel invisible. One evening, when our family gathered for dinner, Sierra proudly displayed a necklace she'd recently purchased. It sparkled beneath the lights, and she ensured everyone noticed. I admired it quietly, saying nothing. Compliments felt pointless because she always demanded more. She smirked across the table at me and said, "Don't you wish you owned something? Like this, Alina. Maybe if you weren't so boring, you could." My cheeks burned, but I stayed silent. I was used to her jabs. What I didn't realize was that necklace would ignite a storm, tearing my family apart and nearly destroying me. The night everything shattered began like any normal family gathering. My parents had invited relatives over, and the house buzzed with chatter, food, and laughter. I stayed in the kitchen helping Mom while Sierra drifted between guests, commanding attention effortlessly. She wore that necklace again, the sparkling one she'd flaunted for weeks. She touched it repeatedly, smiling whenever compliments followed. Later, I carried drinks into the living room. As I passed Sierra, she leaned close and whispered, just loud enough for me, "Careful, Alina. Don't spill anything on my necklace. You wouldn't want to ruin something you can't afford." I bit my tongue and kept moving. I had learned arguing only worsened things. The night dragged on until guests began leaving. Then I heard Sierra scream suddenly. Her voice cut sharp with panic. "My necklace, it's missing. Someone stole it." The room froze instantly. My mom rushed to her side without hesitation. "What do you mean it's gone?" she asked, filled with worry. "I had it moments ago," Sierra cried, clutching her bare neck theatrically. "Now it's gone. Someone must have taken it." Everyone began searching everywhere, checking the floor, couch cushions, nearby tables. My heart raced, but I didn't suspect anything immediately. I assumed it slipped off accidentally or she misplaced it somewhere. Then Sierra's gaze fixed on me. "I saw Alina near my bag earlier," she announced suddenly, pointing at me with trembling fingers. "She must have taken it. She's always been jealous of me." My mouth dropped open. "What? No, I never touched your things, Sierra. Why would you say that?" Her eyes filled with forced tears as she gripped Mom's arm tightly. "She's always hated me, Mom. She thinks I get everything, and now she's stealing what's mine." The atmosphere shifted instantly. Relatives began whispering quietly among themselves. My mom's expression hardened, and my dad refused to meet my eyes. "Alina," Mom said sternly, "just let us see your purse. If you didn't take it, you've nothing." To hide, my chest ached with pure humiliation. "Are you serious? You believe her?" "Enough." Mom snapped sharply. If you're innocent, prove it. My hand trembled as I lifted my purse from the chair nearby. I wanted to hurl it at them and leave, but I knew that'd look worse. My voice shook as I said, "Fine, check it," before anyone touched it. Sierra folded her arms, speaking loudly. "No, we need police. If she stole it, that's crime." I stared at her, shocked. "Sierra, this is crazy." "Just jewelry." "Not." She cut me off. "It's mine. It's valuable. I'm calling police." Oh. And she did. Right there in front of everyone, she reported it stolen. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My own sister framed me as a thief, and my parents allowed it. When the officer arrived, the mood shifted. He was calm, professional, but his presence made everything heavier. He asked a few questions, then looked at me. "Miss, may I see your purse?" My heart pounded as I handed it over. I had nothing to hide, but Sierra standing behind him, smirking, twisted my stomach. He unzipped the bag slowly, reaching inside, then removed the necklace. Gasps echoed around the room. My mom's face crumpled in disappointment, and my dad shook his head. I felt the ground vanish beneath me. "No," I whispered, my voice breaking. "That's impossible. I didn't put it there." "I swear I didn't." Sierra's eyes sparkled with triumph. "I told you she's been jealous forever. She couldn't stand me having something beautiful, so she stole it." Tears burned my eyes as I faced my parents. "You have to trust me. I didn't take it." She framed me. But they looked away, absorbed in Sierra's performance. The officer watched me closely. He said little, but I sensed uncertainty. He asked to search more of my purse. My parents nodded quickly, eager to finish it. As he dug deeper, my body shook uncontrollably. I knew I was innocent, but Sierra's scheme worked. If he found more, if she planted something, I didn't know how I'd survive it. In that moment, surrounded by judging eyes and doubt, I'd never felt lonelier. The necklace in his hand felt like a weight crushing my chest. Everyone stared like I'd shown my true self. The bitter, jealous sister Sierra described. My mother's eyes brimmed with disappointment, and my father rubbed his forehead, overwhelmed. Sierra stood behind them quietly, arms crossed, expression balanced between false sadness and smug victory. I steadied my breathing slowly. "That's not mine." "I didn't take it," I said clearly. "She put it there." Asterisk, my voice cracked, but I refused to back down. The officer, Detective Collins, didn't dismiss me right away. He stayed calm, professional, and his eyes studied me in a way that made me feel like he was weighing every detail carefully. He asked, "Miss, are you saying your sister planted this in your bag?" "Yes," I answered quickly. "She's been jealous of me before, but this feels different. She wanted everyone convinced I'm a thief." Sierra scoffed loudly. "Oh, please. She's been bitter since childhood. She always craves attention. And now she's trying to pull me down too." She turned toward my parents, voice shaking like tears waited. "You believe me, right? You've always known how she is?" My mom wrapped an arm around Sierra protectively, treating her like the wounded one. "Alina, this looks very bad. How could you do this to your own sister?" Anger surged through me, burning hotter than fear. "Because I didn't do it," I snapped. "You're blinded by her act and can't see truth. She lies. She manipulates. You always choose her." The room fell silent instantly. My words lingered like smoke. No one wanted to inhale. My father shifted uneasily, saying nothing. Detective Collins raised his hand gently to ease tension. "All right? I've seen siblings accuse each other before, but something here feels wrong. If you're innocent, Miss Rhodes, then you won't mind if I search your purse completely." "Please do," I said, voice steady now. "Check everything thoroughly." Sierra stiffened. For the first time tonight, she looked uncertain. She stepped forward, voice sharp and high. "Why check more? You already found it? Isn't that enough proof?" She clearly had it. The detective faced her slowly. "It's my job to be thorough. If she's guilty, more proof could confirm it. She's not, then searching clears her name. Either way, we get answers. I noticed Sierra's face twitch as she tried hiding. Panic. She forced a smile and said, "Fine, do whatever you want. Just don't let her talk herself free." Detective Collins ignored her and started removing items from my purse slowly, one by one. My wallet, my keys, my phone, a couple pens, several receipts. He placed everything neatly across the table. Then he ran fingers along the inner lining, frowning. "There's something here," he murmured. Sierra shifted again, arms crossing tighter. "It's just junk." Don't waste time. But Collins carefully pried open a small hidden seam at the bottom corner. To my shock, he pulled out folded paper and a tiny velvet pouch I'd never seen before. My breath caught painfully in my throat. He opened the pouch first. Inside lay only a crumpled pawnshop receipt. He unfolded it, scanned it carefully, then looked straight at Sierra. "This receipt is for a bracelet sold earlier today. The seller name matches yours. Sierra Rhodes's." The entire room froze. "What?" my mom whispered softly. She turned toward Sierra, confusion covering her face completely. "You sold jewelry today?" Sierra's face drained pale instantly. "That's not mine," she stammered. "She's framing me. She planted it herself." Detective Collins's voice sharpened noticeably. "Miss Rhodes's, this was hidden inside your sister's purse. She stole? Why keep a receipt bearing your name?" My father finally spoke, voice heavy. "Sierra, tell me the truth." That her usual confidence vanished. She shook her head fast, voice breaking. "No, I don't know how it got there." I stood trembling, not only from fear, but rising hope. For the first time, suspicion shifted off me and onto her. Detective Collins placed the receipt into an evidence bag. He looked at my parents, then back at Sierra. "There's a strong possibility your daughter staged this. I can't say for certain yet, but what's here doesn't match her story." My mom looked stunned. She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, "Sierra, why?" Sierra didn't respond. She stood, silent, eyes darting wildly, her perfect lie beginning to crumble. For the first time in years, I didn't feel powerless. Had spoken up. I had stood firm. And now truth slowly surfaced. The room felt frozen, holding breath. The parents stared at Sierra, waiting for explanation. But for the first time ever, she had none. Ready? Her mouth opened and closed uselessly, searching for words to erase everything. The confidence she once radiated was gone, replaced by panic. Detective Collins kept his voice steady, edged with authority. "Sierra, this receipt shows your name, signature, and exact time today. Yet you're accusing your sister of stealing a necklace. Explain why you were pawning jewelry that supposedly belonged to you." Sierra's cheeks flushed deep red. "That's not what it seems. I didn't pawn it. Someone stole my ID or something." She suddenly pointed at me. "She probably did it." Collins didn't flinch. "Pawnshops require ID. This receipt couldn't exist without yours. We can check security cameras. I doubt it was your sister." My father's face turned pale as realization settled in. "Sierra, you lied?" His voice cracked, anger mixed with heartbreak. "No, Dad, I didn't. I swear," she pleaded. But her voice sounded desperate, shrill. She looked like a child caught lying, grasping wildly. My mother, who always defended her, stepped closer, holding the receipt with shaking hands. "Sierra, why would you do this? Why frame your own sister?" Tears streamed down Sierra's cheeks. But they didn't look real. They were the tears of walls closing in. "I just needed money, okay?" I sold the bracelet, but planned replacing it before anyone noticed. Then I couldn't find the necklace and thought, "You thought what?" I cut in, voice shaking with anger. That ruining me would make things easier. That humiliating me publicly would distract everyone. She glared through tears, jaw clenched, tight. You don't understand, you're always perfect. Good grades, working hard, never failing. Everyone expects me to match that. I wanted them to see me, just once. I almost laughed bitterly. Worth something? You turned me into a thief to protect yourself. You didn't care if I lost everything. You just wanted attention. The silence afterward was deafening. My parents looked broken. A mom covered her mouth. Shaking all these years? I thought I was protecting you, but I only let you hurt your sister. Detective Collins cleared his throat. For now, I'll be filing a report on this incident. Sierra, you may face serious consequences for making a false report and trying to frame someone else. If pawn shop footage confirms my suspicions, this won't stay inside this family. Sierra gasped, her tears falling harder now. No, please. I never meant it to go this far, but the damage was already done. Her perfect lie had cracked wide open and there was no fixing it. My father finally turned toward me, his voice heavy with guilt. Alina, I am so sorry. We should have believed you. We should have trusted you the way we always trusted her. I swallowed hard, blinking back my own tears. All I ever wanted was for you to see me as I am, not who she painted. Collins gathered the evidence, the necklace, the receipt, even the hidden pouch. I'll be in touch, he said firmly before leaving. When the door closed behind him, the weight crashed down. Sierra stood frozen in the living room, tears streaking her face. But this time, nobody moved to comfort her. My mom sat heavily, staring down while my dad walked to the kitchen, shaking his head. The silence between us was louder than any argument before. For the first time in years, the truth felt visible. Not twisted by Sierra's stories, not brushed aside by blind defense, but undeniable. They saw me now. They saw what I endured. I looked at Sierra one last time. You tried burying me with lies, but buried yourself. She didn't respond. She looked away, unable to meet my eyes. And in that moment, I knew nothing would return to how it was. The house felt different after Collins left. Quieter, heavier, like truth drained the walls. My parents sat silently, and Sierra lingered near the stairs, eyes red from crying, face tense, searching for escape. I stood there in the middle, caught between anger, sadness, relief. For years, I'd been the invisible daughter, fading while my sister shined. I was doubted, ignored, even blamed unfairly. But tonight, everything flipped. For the first time, Sierra's lies failed. For the first time, my parents saw her manipulation. And for the first time, they truly saw me. My mom broke silence. Her voice was quiet, unsteady. Alina, I don't know what to say. We were wrong. I was wrong. She looked older, suddenly worn down. I spent years protecting Sierra, never realizing how much I hurt you. I swallowed hard. Part of me wanted to accept quickly, pretend fine. Another part needed to sit with pain. I just needed belief, I said softly. That's all I ever wanted. My dad stepped closer, guilt heavy in voice. We failed you. We let ourselves be fooled, and I'm so sorry. I can't undo it, but I promise change. Their words mattered, but the ache remained. This wasn't one night. It was years of dismissal. Forgiveness wouldn't come instantly. It would take time and actions, not words. Sierra finally spoke. Voice small. I didn't mean for it to go this far. She sniffled, wiping her face. I just felt invisible, unless center stage. I thought if Alina looked guilty, I'd look better. Her words stung, revealing insecurity, but it didn't excuse anything. You hurt me, Sierra, I said firmly. You tried ruining my life. You called police. You let me face blame. That's betrayal. She stared at the floor, silent. No comeback came. The next days felt strange. My parents tiptoed, extra gentle. Sierra avoided me, locked away. The necklace became unspoken shadow. But for me, it was a turning point. I didn't need approval anymore. Chasing it had cost too much. That night, truth gave clarity. I already knew myself. I was honest. I was hardworking. No lie could erase that. Relief washed over me. I was hurt, but not invisible. I wasn't weak. I stood tall alone. Eventually, Sierra faced consequences, family and legal ones. Detective Collins followed up. The footage confirmed truth. She sold the bracelet. The case left scars. Her credibility shattered. As for me, I gained a lesson forever. Lies shine briefly, truth lasts. My sister tried burying me, but buried herself. If you're listening, remember this. If you were never believed, hold truth. Lies collapse eventually. Honesty will remain standing. Never let someone rewrite you. You know who you are. Others will see too. Before you go, subscribe for more stories and comment where you're watching from.